Hey y'all, it's your girl Panthera here. Welcome to my channel. We are about to get to our reading, and in this reading I hope that you guys are able to receive advice or the messages that you need to hear for whatever reason your heart desires to receive whatever message you are seeking, for even clicking on this video to watch it. Okay, and before we get started, you know how I like to start with thanking our angels, our spirit guides, our ancestors, our divine creator of all. Okay, and to get started, we are going to use the Moonology deck, oracle cards, in honor of the moon being in Cancer. The moon is in her home sign. Yes, it's about being nurtured and nurturing. She is the mother. Okay, we're going to get into this reading. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for the collective, Spirit? What message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell so you know when my videos are up. Videos, I probably said videos. Let's see. What message do you have for the collective? Okay. Okay. Let's go through the top here. Any other messages? Alright, so Spirit has two for us, and they are beautiful. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Yes. Beautiful, because Cancer is actually a cardinal sign as well, meaning taking initiative, leadership, and things like that. Taking the first step. And don't let your past hold you back. South Node, which is still in its opposite sign, which would be Capricorn, and we do have the North Node in Cancer. So the North Node is basically your purpose and what you're working towards in this lifetime, and your South Node is basically the opposite, your past life, things that you've done time and time again, and it could have potentials of holding you back. Just saying. So South Node, don't let your past hold you back, and you and your loved ones are safe. So if any of you are, in your minds about safety, Spirit says you and your loved ones are safe. At the bottom we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, and at the top we have look at the bigger picture. Okay, so know that you guys are safe, and just stay focused on the bigger picture. Don't allow your past to hold you back, because prosperity lies ahead. Fair enough. Let's go into, I'll say, the angels and ancestors oracle deck for the end of the reading, if we're still guided to, because I may use another oracle deck. You never know. So we're going to go into some tarot and see what message is Spirit trying to tell us in regards to you and your loved ones are safe and not letting your past hold you back, with prosperity lying ahead. So we're being asked to look at the bigger picture. Fair enough. And shuffle this 6 times. Thank you, Spirit. Alright. So at the bottom we have Judgment. Okay, Judgment 505. Okay, judgment is technically about making a decision as it relates to something that has resurrected or has come back from the past. Now, the second message that we have from the oracle cards was not letting our past hold us back. So evidently it looks like we are needing to make a judgment call. The trumpet is sounding. It's time for us to rise up and make a decision. But let's see what we have. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective? Okay, some of you are going through a transformation at this time. In order for you to transform, you have to leave the past in the past and move forward. And the Death card is also Scorpio energy. And as we all know, Scorpio is about the deep, deep, deep emotions. It's similar to Pisces, but the difference with this is it's a little bit more mysterious than Pisces. Pisces is more so emotional and dreamy and fantasy type of world. With Scorpio energy, we're talking about holding on to things so deep that it would require for a transit or a specific alignment like Mercury going into retrograde to bring those things back up. So as we've been saying, and with the Judgment card at the bottom, there's certain things that are coming up throughout this transformation that you're going through. And Spirit is asking you to just stay focused on the bigger picture, 644, and don't let your past hold you back. So we're going to see what's influencing this. That was pretty quick. We have 5 of Cups, so the sorrows and regrets. Notice how in this photo, in this image, we have this figure looking at these 3 cups that are spilled over, which is basically a symbol of or relating to something within the past. And just as we've been saying from the beginning of this reading, is not letting your past hold you back. So not letting your past hold you back would mean that this figure would have to turn around and look at these 2 cups and walk away with those 2 cups and no longer, cry over spilled milk, basically, because that's what this rebirth and transformation was about. Is removing what is, not emotionally fulfilling, or what's not going to allow you to balance the practical and the spiritual. So let's continue on. Make sure, okay, we have the Ace of Cups. So the basis of this has something to do with self-love, divine spirituality. It could have something to do with a relationship where you may have felt like this person was your soulmate, or something that you were doing, you may have felt like it was making you happy at one point, but it put you in a position to have to kind of isolate yourself and meditate, go within, because it had you feeling like this, the sorrows and regrets. So it was definitely something that you may have felt like it was divine. Okay, now with the Ace of Cups, it could have something to do with a happy home. Again, like I said, love as well. Let's keep going before I say anything else. Divine spirituality, as we do have that dove. But what's in the immediate past as it relates to this spread? Whoa, okay, so we have 3 cards that came out. What's related to what's in the immediate past? So here we go. As I've been saying, and this, I'm going to take all 3. We have the 8 of Swords, which is sabotaging thoughts, so manipulation. The 4 of Cups, which is basically the lack of hope. Looking at these 3 cups again, not realizing that a new one is coming in. And 10 of Swords is about completion of a cycle in terms of the way one is communicating, the way one is thinking. All right. There's a completion of a cycle, and that's the reason for this transformation here at the beginning of the reading. So there was something that wasn't allowing you all to, whoever this resonates with, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know if this resonates with you, that some of this, so when it comes to the Ace of Cups, I know I'm going from one thing to the other, but I'm just going with the messages as it comes. This transformation had something to do with the sorrow, pains, and regrets. Could be of self-love, because we do have the Eight of Swords, which is sabotaging thoughts. So once you realize that, in the past you may have been in this position where you're constantly looking at the things that aren't working, and at some point you come to a position where enough is enough, because after this is the Ace of Swords, which is the clarity. Okay, and hopefully the clarity that you gain is to move forward and stepping into a position where you're not feeling manipulated, or having these thoughts of not being able to move forward, because you will. 11. At the bottom we have the Five of Wands, which is about conflict, competition. So it could be inner or external. But whatever this is, because it is a 5, know that 5 is about transformation too. So whenever you're seeing 555, some of you may be seeing 555, just know that whatever it is that you're going through that may be uncomfortable, it's to help you transition, it's to help you grow. Okay, because that's all growth is. It's not a comfortable thing. And if you're following me on my Instagram page, Soul of a Jaguar Panthera, I made a post, or I posted yesterday about revelations aren't comfortable, and that's not their purpose. Their purpose is to make you uncomfortable, so that way you're able to go through this transformation, okay, and be victorious. 12 is about ascension or expansion. Alright. Spirit, what is the crowning thoughts of the collective as it relates to this message? Crowning thoughts. Crowning thoughts. Crowning thoughts, Spirit, for this message as it relates to the collective. What are the crowning thoughts here? Okay. I wanted to come out, but it didn't. Crowning thoughts. Alright, so crowning thoughts, beautiful. 10 of Pentacles, that's the loyalty, the abundance, the family coming together, relationships coming together. Everything that your heart desires, it's coming together. It's stable, it's strong, That's basically what's on your mind as you're going through this transformation. Good, I'm glad. What's coming up in the immediate future for the collective? In the immediate future, that's what's going to help you transform. 1333. This is what's going to help you transform. Stepping away from the emotion. Was that yesterday too? No, I think it was 10 of Wands. But yeah. So far we have 2 8s here. So walking away from things that are not emotionally fulfilling, and like I said, as related to this transformation as the first card, as long as this figure turns around, takes that walk, in terms of walking away from these 8 cups that were just empty, and walking to the next 2 cups to have that emotional fulfillment. What's in the crowning thoughts is manifesting that strong foundation in every area of life, whether if it's love, career, business, same thing, but you know what I mean. Let's see, what are the concerns? What are the concerns? The concern is that you're at a crossroads. You're trying to figure out which way to go. All I can say is, when it comes to this, look at the bigger picture as we had in the beginning, okay? And don't let your past hold you back. Move forward. Whatever it is that you're deciding to do, make sure it's taking you to where the prosperity is as it lies ahead, as we had here. Okay? Whenever you're at a crossroads, have faith in the divine that your steps moving forward is where you're being guided to, because it's going to help you grow. Okay? Let's see what's in the external environment as it relates to this reading. What's in the external environment, Spirit? What's in the external environment? We have 7 cups, options, choices. This could be why you're at a crossroads. This is why you're probably where you have a lot of options. Revise every option. Okay? We are at a time where that's what it's about. Mercury in retrograde is about communication, your thoughts, intellect, taking the time to revise. Okay? Check every option that you have and see, as I mentioned before, what's going to allow you to come encounter with the prosperity that lies ahead. What do we have? The 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay? This is the prosperity that lies ahead. The 10 of Pentacles. The emotions. What's within is without. Okay? So some of you may need to focus more on the feeling, looking at the bigger picture in order to be able to do this here. Step away from the things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling, so that way you can complete the cycle of the sabotaging thoughts. Okay? Let's see what message the higher self has. That flew out. 8 of Pentacles. Working. Okay? Working on you. Working on that project. 1717. Working on that project, whether it's yourself, your environment, whatever it is that you need to work on. As I keep saying, that's going to allow you to come towards that prosperity that lies ahead, the bigger picture. Work on that. So far we have every element on here. We have earth, water, fire, and air. And spirit. So, definitely, what is the outcome of this reading, Spirit? What is the outcome for the collective? The outcome is the Tower. Now, the Tower isn't always something bad. That's Uranus energy. It's sudden. See? It's not always bad. Or something to be worried about. Whatever this is going to shift your foundation. But remember, your calming thoughts is for a stronger foundation. Having everything that your heart desires, whether it's your finances, your partners in terms of relationships, or with self. As you go through this transformation, that's what's going to be happening. Okay? Currently, you're going through that transformation. And once you gain that clarity, like I said, after the 10 of Swords is the Ace of Swords. Let's see what's at the bottom. The Judgment card. You can't beat this up. We started here and we're ending here in terms of the tarot spread, okay? What's at the top? You're going to make a judgment call on this conflict, okay? Meaning you're going to make a judgment call that anything that disturbs your peace, you're going to block it out. Check my Instagram page, Soul of a Jaguar, Panthera. There's an interesting post that I put up too, where this lady was like, anything that disturbs my peace, blocked on Instagram, blocked on Facebook. Some of you may need to block some people, okay? In order for you to hold on to your peace and live within that vortex, because that's where your heart's desires dwells. The closer you are to that space where your heart's desires are, the better off you'll be when it comes to the universe is definitely guiding you through this transformation. So you don't want to have to be one of the ones that the universe is throwing out of your own foundation. Okay? So let's make sure we are all doing the work. Know that you and your loved ones are safe no matter what you decide to do. Don't let your past hold you back either. Let's see who's at the bottom of the judgment card. See, this is when things will start to come in. The moment that you make that judgment call on anything that has come up from the past that may have not been handled in a way that's going to allow you to step into the next cycle of life, because it's all about cycles. Life continuously cycles. 2044. Life continuously cycles. But you don't want to be stuck in the same cycle over and over and over again. Under the Knight of Cups, you see that? The emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Cups. So, Queen of Swords under the Ten of Cups. Like I said, some of you are going to have to block some people out. Sit on your throne. 2111. Sit on your throne. And do what you need to do in order for you to come encounter with the prosperity that lies ahead. So I'm going to clear this here, and we're going to see what our angels and ancestors have to say. Sudden changes is definitely the outcome, and that couldn't make more sense as we are in Mercury retrograde. I know I'm going to, as we are in Mercury retrograde. Once we come up into March 9th, which is the end of it, which is when it goes direct. However, we do have 2 weeks of the shadow phase. So let's say the 31st, around there. That's when you'll start to see sudden changes, or some of you may have already seen those sudden changes. But what I can say about those changes, it should step you into a new cycle because you have done the revision. It's kind of like you made all the adjustments necessary to step into your Ten of Cups, your Ten of Pentacles, 2233. Okay. Shuffle. Here we go. Spirit, what advice do you have for the collective as it relates to the message that we had in this amazing tarot spread about transformation, leaving things that no longer serve them, you know, removing the thought of the lack of hope? Spirit, what message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective? Okay, what message do you have for the collective? So the first card we have is the High Priest. Intend and create. Falcon. And the Falcon is about trust, too. I can say that. Allow yourself to go through the motions of this transformation, because it's going to assist you in whatever it is that you're trying to create. That's what the Kundalini rising is about. 2355 as I'm saying this. Wow. It's at the bottom. See your seeds grow. Spring. We're coming into Aries season. 320. Around there. What other message do you have for the collective? Intend and create. Step into your creative juices, my loves, and just focus on that vision, the bigger picture of what it is that you're trying to manifest. Not trying, that you are going to manifest. And whatever you feel like you're required to do to see that come into fruition, do it. Spirit got your back. What other message do you have for the collective, Spirit? embrace the energy of peace, broken arrow. One more. Can I get one more? Thank you. Okay, so at the bottom we have, wow, see beyond the current situation, seer. That's staying focused on the vision, looking at the bigger picture, embrace the energy of change, and taking the time to reflect, the mirror guardian. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. The message from Spirit at this time, from your angels and ancestors, is to intend and create. Step into your high priest mode. You don't have to be male or female, masculine or feminine, to be high priest or high priestess. We are all the yin and yang. We're balanced between our masculine and feminine, as we should be. Just saying. However, high priest, intend and create, broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace, because that's what's going to allow you to create. Because the clearer your heart space is, if you're not holding on to any form of negativity, this will help you to remain in alignment with your heart space, because all the negativity is going to do is going to clog it up like pores, plain and simple. Mirror guardian, some of you may need to do some mirror affirmations, take time to reflect, okay? And seeing beyond the current situation. Right under this is transform and unveil your gifts. Beautiful. And that is your message for today. Whenever you get to this video, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you know my videos are up. Later.